start.
Yeah, sweet.
Hey
Just
everybody, welcome to Soul Tribe Huddle. So tonight, I don't know, I was trying to get my little box to disappear and it didn't want to disappear off my screen. So yeah, tonight is Soul Tribe Huddle. I'm Tanya. I created Soul Tribe about 2.5 years ago, and we're just a beautiful soul-driven team of mostly women who really love lifting other women up. So this is our training, and tonight I'm so excited to be sharing the screen with our partner of the month for February, Tammy Watson. Tammy is amazing. I'm just gonna spotlight you, Tam. I can. God, now where's my little Bitsy gone? Okay, so I'm no longer going to be spotlighted. Here we are. We can look at your lovely face. So, hi Sarah, hi Moni. So Tammy's a bit of a customer star, really. She's got a massive customer base, and I know that last year she won top customer attractor of the year for Soul Tribe. Whoop whoop. Amazing customer skills, and I'm really just, she got partner of the month last month simply because something about Tammy is that she's grown a huge amount since she first started. How long has it been? A year and a half, Tammy, since you started?
nearly, yeah, coming up to it.
Yeah, and massive growth from when she first started. And one of the things that I've really noticed with her lately, I mean, that she's always had, but particularly the last month, is really owning her shit. So really knowing when she's not doing the do, when she's, not really being accountable for everything that her weaknesses, her failings, and really wanting to change that and make a bigger impact on the world. And I know that your vision has also grown too, hasn't it, just recently, Tammy, really wanting to impact more women. So whereas before it was mostly about nutrition, now it's really about really wanting to inspire and support women to grow, right?
Yeah.
But I just thought, you've had Partner of the Month before, and I know you've shared your story before, but I thought tonight would be really good if you can share some tips around how you keep your customers. So customer retention, because I know for a lot of us, we have customers come and go. Some of us find it a little bit difficult to to even get customers. But I think it's a lot easier. We've lost your face, honey. I don't know where you've gone.
I'm just putting my earphones on because I can hear the echo. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's a lot easier to keep a customer than it is to get new ones. So I think that what Tammy can share tonight will be invaluable. So you have the floor, honey. Go for it. Talk about your amazing customer care.
I've just lost. Oh, here.
That's better. Sorry, that gets rid of the echo.
We've got you.
Okay, that's better. Better sound now. Okay, so one thing I thought I'd start with is that we all have different ways that feel comfortable for us, and we all have ways that work better, or that we are accessible for us. And there's ways I do things, but there's also an awful lot that I could still grow and do. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that, because I'm learning every day new ways, and tapping into a cold market is still a really big venture for me. But so what I've done so far is really probably work quite well with my warm market, because that's where my kind of comfort zone was. So I'm pushing out of my comfort zone currently, and I'm training up more to launch into how to sort of really connect with people who I don't know. I have made some connections, and I have made some customers with people I don't know, but the majority so far have been people that I do know quite well, or that I'm meeting, face to face or something. So a lot of it's really about a human one-to-one connection, which is probably where I work best. And so that's why it's important to really find how you work best, I guess. So I've just written a few notes just because there's quite a lot on my mind today about it, and I wanted to, you know, not miss too much out if possible. So one of the things that I thought I'd start with is just around posting, you know, getting our posts out there. And this is spoken about a lot, that, you know, we often feel like we're posting too much. It's probably never too much, but it could be that we just need to make sure that it's a variety in our posts and that we're still getting our message across, but keep a bit of a theme. You know, if you're doing your story then and you're starting it about health, then try and make the whole story about health, or, you know, focus around that rather than just random selections of memes and things. One thing that I learned was that really, if I want to, I've done a lot of trainings on the algorithms and how to make sure that my post gets seen. And I think that for a lot of people getting customers, you think that you've put your 3 posts out a day or something, but if you're not connecting with your friends or your potentials, and you're not sending them a little private message, or you haven't commented on their post, or you haven't been to visit their profile, or really anything, then they won't probably see any of your posts. So that was a biggie for me, was just working out how to actually get seen, because to get a customer, first they've got to see something they like. So another thing is, making sure that our posts are really attractive. And one important thing when you're starting out, I guess, with it is just we can get really, really independent, and we can decide that we just know what we're doing and we don't need help. And so we just send messages out without kind of checking with someone that's been here longer that what we're sending is really working, or that it's compliant at the moment, is a really big thing. So just really, really using our uplines and being really teachable about how to communicate, because you've really got to kind of learn. I found I had to learn a different language and a different way of communicating, and things like the word should just does not exist in my vocabulary anymore. If I can help it, if I catch myself saying it, I backpedal really quickly and I retract it, because I never want to use the word should on people. You know, they could, or they might, or it's possible, but keep keeping it, because as soon as you tell someone they should do something, they're probably not going to. So my verbiage, even in posts, also in messages, but also in just communicating and having conversations with people, is about really working with the language that taps into people's hearts and makes them feel that they can trust you, and that you've really got their best interest at heart, and that you're not just telling them what they should do. So for me, that was a really big thing. So yeah, figuring out algorithms was a big one, and I'm still really bad at that, because I often find my free time is late in the evening, and I get really creative quite late at night, and I put out some beautiful posts, and then I think it's probably no one's even going to see them, because by the time Facebook rolls around for the 9 a.m. algorithm in the morning, mine's like gone. It's not even important, because Facebook's like, what are you doing? That's not how you connect. So I'm yet to learn how to post date things to go out at a later time, but I would recommend posting at reasonable times. I could probably be a lot more effective if I follow my own rules there. And I also do invest quite a lot of time into finding other senior leaders in JP that I really admire, and then having a really good look through their profile and maybe their Instagram, or what kind of links they have. I have a look at what kind of bio they're setting. I look at what kind of posts they're putting out, and I try to use it as guidance or inspiration. So you should never ever be stuck for a post, because all you've got to do is tap into one of your favorite leaders, scroll down a couple of months, not yesterday, and take something really juicy and just reword it, maybe find a different picture, or even use it as inspiration. Go, oh wow, they're talking about the benefits of elderberries. I'll go and Google the benefits of elderberries and put it out there. So just in terms of attracting customers and things, you want to put posts out that are attractive. And also what I do when I look at other leaders is I look for a post that it has had a lot of reaction from people. So I'm not just going to scroll down and find something that I'm thinking, oh, that's pretty, but I'll look at something that's had a lot of activity and a lot of people have responded to it. And I'm like, well, that was a hit. Okay. That's actually really important, is find something that's already worked for somebody else. And that's what this game is about. It's not, yes, you've got to be yourself, but you also want to use things that work. And that's where, you know, our leaders are always saying to us, you know, come back to us and use the formula that works. And I just really advocate that too. So for me, you know, being teachable is number one for me, and accepting positive feedback, or constructive feedback, I should say. So, you know, even if it's not what you want to hear, they've been here longer than us, so just take it on. It's not personal, it is to help us grow. And that's really important, is, you know, the attitude that we take the training with, and feedback. So anyway, back to my really communicating with my customers. This is just kind of how to really bring them in for me, is that I make sure that I write messages to my friends and I connect with them, and I would often browse their profile and browse their posts, and just make sure that I make some really lovely comments and say really nice things to my friends on their page, so that they know that everyone's seeing it, and makes them feel really good. Getting a private message is really lovely. I definitely do that too. But putting the love out on their page means they know that they're really special and everyone can see it. I think that's quite a cool thing. So yeah, and something that I really realized today is stories is a great opportunity for us to jump in and private message. They are more of your and more of your, and like I said before, that's really key, is getting. So also when I message my friend, I do not paste very thin.
Can anybody hear Tammy, or is she going funny?
Hey?
Is your audio is going really strange, Tammy. Do you want to just say something again?
Hello.
Okay, you're okay now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going in and out and we couldn't hear you. So can you just repeat that last bit, please, honey?
I'll push the mic closer too. My last bit was just saying that it's just stories on Facebook are a really good opportunity to private message people, because it's not like you're just randomly messaging them. As soon as you comment on a story, it's like a private message. It's the same action, which is powerful on Facebook. Probably Instagram as well. I don't know anything about that, but as soon as
audio's going in and out again.
Okay, I'll switch. Hang on.
Sorry for my cooking noises in the background, just as well you don't have the cooking smells too.
Okay, am I back on? Is that good? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. That's great.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you. Perfect.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so I was just saying that the messaging people, private messaging people, is really the solid way to get Facebook to connect you up so that they're going to see your posts. And that's really what it's all about. You know, if you want to get seen, you want to be sending as many people as you can little messages and little comments. And you can pick and choose and decide that person will be the one or whatever, but don't be too choosy, because you never ever know who might like it. We can't decide for them. I think that's quite important. So I have a lot of friends who are quite dubious about network industry, network marketing and spamming. So I'm very careful about the way that I message them, and that I make it quite personal and unique to them. So always add a personal touch, and I don't really copy and paste too much, maybe just the core part of the message, but then I will definitely decorate it up with things that are really directed to them. And I think that patience is really the key. And you know, you people, what is it? They need to be exposed like maybe up to 12 times before they'll really actually maybe look at something. For some people know straight away. Some people might not seem interested, but just keep exposing little bits, you know, even just of you, not necessarily your product. Keep them thinking about you, get them excited about you being in their day and present in their life, you know. And so the other thing is I really try not to put any pressure on anyone, even if they seem interested. I don't put any urgency on them to place an order, although I'm really quite insistent that if they've got health issues, I really believe that it's important for them to either, if they're going to come and tell me their problems, they can tell me, but I'm here to listen, but they've come to me because I'm here to help. And if they don't want my help, I'm not going to continue listening to them complain about their health very much. So I'm kind of strict with them about that. I'm like, well, you either want some help or you don't. And I try to keep it a little bit separate. If people are coming to me for health advice or nutrition, I try not to mix it up with friendly conversation as well. We're getting to the point we're talking about their health and it's like a business chat. So I'll ask them how they are and how the family is, but I try to keep the conversation about the topic that we're here to talk about. And just having a look at my notes. So with that, on sort of the harder side of it, this business has actually resulted in me cutting a few people off from my friends list, and that's because I felt that they were really taking advantage of my my support. They wanted my time, they wanted my wisdom, they wanted some free product, they wanted all kinds of things, but then they were kind of dissing my business and stuff at the end of the day. So I actually just let them know straight up that they weren't valuing and respecting me. And I didn't really have time for it at the moment. So I let them go with love and focus on the people that are actually engaging with me in a really good way, and just be careful where I'm putting my energy, I think is really important. And I've found that Juice Plus has been a really good vehicle for me, figuring out who my real friends are, who's really supportive, and who I don't really need in my close circle, I guess. I take the time and energy to listen if someone has messaged me about their health, and I ask them questions about themselves, and I engage in letting them talk, and that's a big thing for me. I'm really good at talking. I'm really good at talking over people. This business has been a really big lesson for me, and just stepping back. It's not about me. They've come to talk about themselves, make it about them.
I love that. Can I just interrupt you for a moment and just say big ups to you? Can you hear me?
Hang on. There we go. Yep.
Right. Just big ups to you, Tammy, because you know how I was talking before about how you're the first person to own your shit and take accountability for your failings. Honestly, This is exactly who you were when you first started, weren't you? Like, and this is how much you've grown. So I just want to say yes, big yes to that. And well done, Tammy, because absolutely you've grown. And she is talking from experience, team.
Yeah.
So,
And it's coming from a place of excitement. We as women, we do it all the time. We love to just talk over each other. But at the end of the day, if we're butting in, we're not listening and letting them finish.
Yeah.
We can't assume that we know the end of the story.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks, Tam.
And I just wanted to give a little example about being patient, because my best friend from school, she was someone that, I started this because my daughter had chronic fatigue and gut problems and just severe energy problems and all sorts. Now my best friend since I was 11 was up north with exactly the same thing going on, and it had been going on probably at least a good 10 years as well. And she was someone I was actually afraid to approach, because she's so allergic to everything that I just thought, she's bound to react to something in these as well. So I said nothing, and eventually I just kept putting it out there and posting and stuff. And one thing actually, so if your friend if you want to focus on somebody and you know that there's something specific that they're suffering from, then without discussing it with them, go visit their page, send them a hello or whatever. So now you know Facebook's going to connect your next post to them, and then make your posts, the next one or two or something, about, like, for instance, chronic fatigue or how it helped my daughter or something, because now I know she's most likely going to see it. So anyway, she ended up messaging me after about 6 months of me just continuously posting our progress and my daughter's progress. And she just actually ended up seeing a picture of the caps and said, "What are these? What's going on?" And that was the beginning of her complete, really fantastic recovery from her long illness as well. So she's an avid fan. And what has happened when you get avid fans is that they refer you onto other people who they love. So I've had probably 3 or 4 customers who have referred me and given me another customer because they've had good results. And not only that, but they've enjoyed the whole journey. So just scrolling through, I'm going to skip a bit. So I just wanted to get actually into the customer care a little bit, because I know I'm just talking on a bit long. Just really be consistent and authentic is in there. And oh yeah, this is really important. So yeah, just don't feel like you're over spamming if you're posting heaps. And just remember that this is actually your job. You know, it's not a hobby, this is your job, so you do take it seriously, you know, and that we really actually believe in what we're doing 100%. So really carrying yourself with pride for your product, yourself, and your whole team. You know, we do a wonderful thing for people. So in terms of customer care, this is what I sort of do from day one. Once they've made their order, is always message and check that they've got their order. Many times my orders have gone sideways, and the customer, we've realized literally within about a day. There was one customer I didn't check on early, and her package actually got sent back. And this was just because the couriers weren't going to the door. They weren't even really delivering it. I don't even know if they went up her street. And that happened to one lady twice in a row. And that was her first and her second order. So it's really important that that is their first exposure to our company and our business. What they need to know is that we are watching 100% and looking after them 100% all the way. So within, 3 days of doing an order in New Zealand, they should have it if it's not the weekend. So find out where it is, find out and make sure they've got it. And also when you're sorting it out with them, just act really calm, like, hey, it's all good, sweet, don't worry, it's going to be there in a day or so, because they'll start to panic. They start to think, oh no, what's going on with this company? So it's us, we have to just be really cool about it. So then I give it a couple of days before giving them the detox info, because I don't want to scare them off starting. I want them to get into it first. And then I will check in and go, how are you feeling? Like literally maybe 3 days into them starting, I'll say, how's it going? Are you noticing anything detoxy? Because they're not going to feel good yet. And I'll never ask someone in the first 4 weeks if they're feeling anything from them yet, because I don't want to raise expectations that they should be feeling good within 4 weeks. It could take 4 months. So my first thing is, are they feeling okay about the detox? And then if they are feeling some side effects, then I will I'll give them a little bit of an intro, but I won't send them the whole big spiel on the detox unless they actually want to hear it, because it can also frighten them off. I don't want them thinking it's going to be really hideous. Now they've got to look forward to this big ordeal. So then after a couple of weeks, I'll pop back in and just ask if they're getting enough water, and have they accepted my group invites to the customer hub, and can they find the files and recipes. And then I let them know that feedback to me is really important, as I'm putting my name to these products, and I need to know if anything pops up for them that I need to change in the future, or anything that I've done for them that hasn't worked. I let them know that it's a learning thing for me too. Then I step back and I continue to interact with them on their Facebook or Insta, on their posts, and let them know that I wasn't just loving on them for a sale. So beyond the sale, I still continue the relationship and care about them and tag them in things. The more you can tag people in any of your posts, the more you're going to get seen, and the more you can get other people to tag you, the more you're going to raise up the Facebook ladder of getting seen and exposure. And the last thing was just the way that I present the pay system to people is also quite important, because when I first started, I just didn't really understand. I just thought everyone had to go on the 4-month sub and that was it. And I know that's what we need, but in order to get their trust and make them feel really comfortable, I let them know that there's several ways of paying, and that if they don't want a subscription, that is very easy to I will cancel it straight away if they need be. But if they want a pay plan, they can. If they want to pay up front, we've just got options. And I think with these days, everyone likes lay-bys and things and pay whatever, so letting people know that there's options just takes them away from feeling like it's strictly MLM and just this network marketing hook you into an auto ship thing. The fact that there's options just makes them feel a little bit more relaxed. So yeah, I'll just stop there anyway. That's sort of my basic formula that I think is working for me. But yeah, just give people a chance to ask any questions or anything.
Yeah, perfect. Go for it. If anyone's got any questions with all that gold that's just been given to us, thank you so much, Tammy. That was amazing. I just want to add to a couple of points that you talk about posts. When you talked about your posts and making them attractive, I totally 100% agree. And I just want to add that it's really important that when we're making our posts attractive, that we're actually putting a beautiful image up with our posts. So we're not just putting text. That's another thing with algorithms. You're going to get seen more if you put a beautiful image with whatever it is. Yeah, especially your face, absolutely. So the more that you put your face up, and you can even go through and scroll through any of our posts, or any of our news feeds, or any of the Juice Plus team members' news feeds, and you'll see the ones that have selfie photos are the ones that it gets seen. They've got the most comments and the most loves and likes on it. So yeah, I just want to add to that, because I know, even if you just want to put something up, just a few words, just use one of those background options. You know how you can get like a background, pretty hearts or funny faces or just pretty patterns. Just even use one of those if you don't want to put an image with your text, because even that is going to be enough to give you
visibility. Yeah.
I'm just going to unspotlight you because it probably feels a bit weird to me. So.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go to gallery view. So, God, if I can. Why is it not doing that? Okay, there. Yeah, and the other thing I just want to say too, I love what you said about personal messages. I totally agree. Making them authentic is so important. We often forget. Using like a general template is a really good idea, but I do the same thing. I'll always personalize it. So you can use the main foundation of it, but you've got to personalize it. You've got to make it really for that person and think about that person with all your heart before you actually send something. Mm-hmm. I also love, Tammy, what you said about having pride for what you're doing for the company. I 100% agree. Being out loud and proud about what you're doing, because what you're doing is because you love it, right? Because you want to help people, because you want to help change lives. So be really proud about that, because when you're proud about that, you are attracting people who they see you and they say, wow, I love what she's doing. I really want to know more about that. I want to know more about what, how she's got to that point. And so you're attracting the same people to you when you're like that yourself. Also, just wanted to add on a little bit about what you said at the end, Tammy, about, that giving them options. I think there's two things here. One is when someone has a child health study order, we've just got to make people aware that if they want to cancel that, so if they don't like the auto ship and they want to cancel that they're going to lose their child product. And they could lose that for at least a year, possibly permanently, under that adult. So they can't, if they change their mind and decide they want to reorder later, they're not going to be able to put the same child under that same adult. They can put a different child under that adult, or they can put that child under a different adult, but they can't put the same one. So just making them aware of that too. And, the other thing I just want to mention around that, Tammy, and I'm not saying that you have this, but we've also got to remember, what are our stories around the whole network marketing pay plan thing? Do you know what I mean? So what are we carrying with us? Are we thinking that people think this was really bad, that they're stuck in an auto ship and they can't get out of it? That's often that can be our own story around it. So, that's not something that I particularly do. I'm just like, well, that's just the way we do it. If you want to do an upfront order, that's fine. But most people prefer to pay it off because it's cheaper. It's easier to actually do it that way. So yeah, just my little add in there. But if anyone's got any questions for Tammy around customer care, customer attraction, because there were some bloody amazing things there, Tammy. I love that. And I love too that you post on people's pages too. Put some love on their pages. That's not something I've ever done. That's a really nice idea. I love that. So anybody got any questions? You can come off mute if you want to, or pop it in the chat. No? Well, thank you so much, Tammy. That was amazing. You're awesome, girl.
That was a pleasure. Hey, I just wanted to add in there that one of the big things for me also was just actually putting my face out there. I'm still working on doing lives and things, but it's really daunting, and you really just, you got to push past your fears. Getting your face out there is scary, but that's my big thing to overcome. Yeah, getting more comfortable with it. Less filters. Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And, you know, it is damn scary when you put yourself, when you step out of anywhere of your comfort zone, it's damn scary. And I remember the first time I did a live, I was shitting bricks. It was really frightening. But, you know, you don't have to. Kelly's laughing at me. Hi, Kelly. Meet the team, Kelly. Yeah, but I was, and but it got easier and easier and easier, and I went along. And we're not saying you have to do lives, so if you don't want to do lives, you don't have to. No one has to. But if you want to really be seen, it's great for your algorithms. It really is. People, you know, Facebook love seeing your lives. So when we're talking about kind of lives, I just wanted to talk a little bit around compliantly sharing your story, because I know there's some team that are still really struggling around how do we share our story compliantly. So any of you guys, is that you, Sarah? No. So I'm just going to give you some little tidbits around how you can share your story compliantly. And you can do this either on a live, or you can do this just with a post. But it's really when we put ourselves out on Facebook, that's the thing. We can talk in a room, you know, face to face to somebody. We can share our story till the cows come home. We can also share our story in Messenger or any chat apps, that's okay too. But it's when it's actually on a social media platform, that's when we've got to be really careful around what we're saying. We don't want to be looking like we're making claims. So one of the things that, I'm just going to check this chat. Great. One of the things that Celine talked about at the events, for anyone that saw the events, was that on your Juice Plus box, on the side of your Juice Plus box, you can share any of those. So there is a whole lot of things from our research in there that you can share. But that is research. In terms of your own story, so what you want to avoid is you want to avoid having a photo of the capsules or talking about Juice Plus and an illness. So say, for example, I will take my story. This would be a good example. Okay, so, you know, I had an autoimmune disorder. I can't go out there and say, I had an autoimmune disorder and, you know, I started taking these Juice Plus capsules and all my chronic pain went away. I can't say that, okay? Because that sounds like I'm making claims. Even though it was my story and it was actually true for me, I actually can't say that. So what you've got to say instead is you've got to talk about the holistic journey of our program. And that's what's so beautiful about our Soul Project program is we've got to talk about how I started on this program. And this program encompassed, you know, supported me to live well, to eat well, and to supplement well. Use these words, guys. These are really good words that have come straight from HO that we can actually use. So it supported my mind, my body, and my soul health and wellness, along with our nutritional supplements, okay? That's what you can say. Now, I would suggest that you take like maybe 2 things out of your health journey that were really big for you and just use those. So for example, for me, it was chronic pain and exhaustion. And instead of saying I had adrenal fatigue and an autoimmune disorder, which caused chronic pain and exhaustion, I'll just say, you know, I was unwell. I had major exhaustion, which meant that I had to have nana naps every day and struggled to get through my day. And I had chronic bladder pain every single day. And once I introduced the Soul Project program, I learned how to eat really well. I learned how to live really well. And I used our nutritional support as part of our program. All my symptoms started reducing, and I started feeling so much better. My energy increased. I didn't need nana naps anymore. So it's still your story. It's still your story. It's just a different way of saying it. It's just not saying these capsules, these magic beans changed my life. Okay, get that? Any questions around that? It's really simple, really, really simple. And then the other thing that you can do is you can actually share any of our research. So, you know, and you can share any of the benefits that are actually in, yeah, it is a combination, Kieran, yeah, right. Any of the benefits that are in our products. So, for example, you can share the benefits of the berries. What's in our berries? We've got 11 different berries in there, and we can share the benefits of those. And what do they do for us? So, for example, you know, most berries are high in antioxidants. What do antioxidants do for our body? They support inflammation. They support detox. They support our heart health. They heal, well, they support our skin. I mean, they're massive for skin. So, you know, that's what you can do. So you're not actually saying that Juice Plus does this for our skin, but this is what berries do that are in our products. Okay, so you're with me? Yeah. Cool. Any questions around that? No? Cool. Okay, well then, we can probably just shoot off then. I might just unmute you all. Hi.
Hi.
Sarah, this is Marcia and Kelly, honey.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah. Well, it was really lovely to have you both on tonight. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome, honey. So welcome. So Marcia's in the Gold Coast.
I wish.
Well, you're in Brisbane, aren't you?
I'm in I'm in Dalby, Queensland, tiny town. But I'm Queensland, so that's good.
But we're going to meet you. We're going to meet you in June, aren't we?
We are at the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yay. Yay. That's exciting. And everyone knows Kelly.
Where are you hiding? Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Yeah. Well, it's been really lovely having you both on. Thanks for jumping on, Kelly.
Thank you.
I know it was hard for you, honey.
And thanks for your time, always, Tanya.
You're so welcome, Marcia. See you, beautiful.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening too.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks
Thank
for looking
you.
at the gold.
Bye.
Laters.
See ya.